Charu Mehrotra. She is very well known in the women entrepreneurship space. She does a lot to sort of uphold, uplift people, assist women, to basically finding their voice. But little do people know that Charu has built her success on past failures. So we would really like to know, Charu, tell us how you've actually used your past experiences, your past failures, times when you've basically wanted to give up, but you just, brought out that inner depth within yourself, that inner strength to just give it one more try.
Thank you so much, Yusuf, for this honor. It's such an honor to be on your show. And thank you, Joy and Yusuf, for having the show, because the show is something which is a requirement in present time, where you're sharing real life stories with everybody. It's so inspirational.
Our pleasure.
So yes, I would love to share about my journey. It has been 10 years in Singapore, and then all 10 years, it was all about entrepreneurship for me. So I am in love with entrepreneurship journey. It started with a clothing business. It was NC Styles. And it was I was a co-founder, and I had a friend, Nidhi Chopra, who was a great help. And we decided that we start this clothing business. We outsource Indian clothes from India, northern India, specialized in hand embroidery. It's chikankari hand embroidery from India. And we wanted to make it famous in Singapore. So we tried to reach out in Singapore and distribute it in shops and started exhibitions. So that was the first experience for me in terms of having a setup, because I have a background of mass communications, and I was working back in India before coming to Singapore. But I always had fascination. What a beautiful idea to have something on your own and grow it to a bigger level. So maybe that back of my mind thingy resulted, and I met a friend and I started here, and the journey began. So yes, it was 2 to 3 years journey. We learned a lot. There were ups and downs, and then we were not able to scale up because we were not having the unit back in India. We were just outsourcing from various vendors. But I wanted something where I can grow and I can make it big. So certain challenges were there. So we just continued at certain level. Then we were aware what are the loopholes, what are the missing links. Like in Singapore, it is so costly to do marketing, to create visibility of your product. And that time social media was okay. I mean, Facebook has started. When I landed here, Orkut was more active. We made groups through Orkut. There were many Indian groups we met, but it was not scaling up. So yes, we thought certain things can be done. Then my second venture happened, which was Udaan. I was a co-founder again. I met a very lovely friend, Kamayani, and we started it as a women entrepreneurs group. We had a networking group every month, and we reached out to associations in Singapore to organize different exhibitions and fairs so that our entrepreneurs can get visibility and their products can get visibility in their group. So idea was always we brainstorm that how we can create visibility for our entrepreneurs who are working from home and they cannot put a lot of money for the marketing for their products. 3 years again, amazing journey, lots of learning. I met awesome people. I met so many people from different associations in Singapore. And then my friend had to leave for India. So there was a reason to stop it. I had my second baby. Then the third venture was a software company. That was a big surprise in my life because I never thought that I will be saying yes to a software company, and it was also through a partnership. So yes, leaving the coding part, which I started a little, but I never put my mind fully. But yes, leaving the coding part, I took care of everything. So it was amazing journey again at a bigger level, because when you are having a startup and you are reaching out to a crowd which is having their own setup, you're pitching, you're meeting investors, you are trying to build up your contacts in the right segment, you are again learning a lot. So this was an idea to develop an app which can do data transcription through mobile channels so that people can get work on mobile and they can do the data entry from any part of the world. So it was a fantastic idea, and we were working like crazy, and we had trials. We got funding from Singapore government. I must say Singapore is a fantastic place to have your own work, have your own business, and keep on trying something new. So the government has supported a lot in that term. So we got funding, and then again there were some challenges, and then I had to put it on hold. So throughout these 3 ventures, there was a blog called Womenlines. So that page was just to report about anything which I loved in Singapore. I came across any book, I came across any parenting tip, I just wrote about it. I interviewed a new entrepreneur, I just published it. But back of my mind, I always had an idea why this media is not getting used to promote excellence in women. Why women always are dealing with the topics of beauty or dresses or fashion. In fact, so many things women can do if they have the right mindset. So back of my mind, I had this idea that yes, there should be a media talking about just excellence in women, talking about all the topics like entrepreneurship, health, parenting, fitness, diet, right mindset, job skills, and we should have the experts from across the world who can contribute to it, and that can be shared across the world through digital media. So after my 3rd venture, Womenlines, I said, okay, now's the time. I have to make my dream true. I just got full time into Womenlines, and I registered it. And it's like 2017 December, the magazine theme was there. And just again, like a crazy idea, I started again, reached out across the world. I'm thankful I have influencers from across the world, experts in their field, who are sharing expert knowledge with the readers. And I'm so grateful to Pooja to be there always, and we always have amazing discussions, and it's so much to learn from her. And I must say, the webinar which I attended by John Maton, it was an eye-opener for me, because it was amazing learning about the leadership. So yes, that tagline that everybody has a leader inside, we have to just awaken. So it's all about our efforts. So yes, the journey is on. So as you're saying how the failure happened and then I rose again, I think if things are there in your mind, you meet right people. It's all about how you just push yourself and take yourself to the next level. So the books helped me a lot. The audio tapes by so many great speakers on internet helped me a lot. I just kept pushing myself. Still, it's a journey. I don't say failure. I always say it's a journey for me. I've learned something and I have to apply it again in my life. So yes, I'm still learning, and the journey is on, and ups and downs are coming, but I know now how to face it. So yes, thanks so much for all support to all lovely friends who are there around.
Thank you so much, Charu. You've actually brought up a very, very important point. It's a journey of learning. I mean, leadership is not something that, there is always, people think that sometimes only one particular mindset or thought process is the only way forward, but it's not that. It's about meandering away from sometimes what you sometimes truly believe in as well. And I'd like to bring up that example. I mean, you mentioned that throughout your life over the last 10 years, you actually did things which took you outside your own comfort zone, which you didn't have any experience in. And that is so powerful. That is so powerful. And this is something which is important. And I'd like to bring up a little point which Pooja and I were discussing a couple of days ago. Like, each and every leader does not necessarily need to be an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. But every entrepreneur needs to be a leader.
Yes.
Because entrepreneurs, they operate at a very, very small revenue, and there's a lot of uncertainty environment around. So unless if there is not a leadership element in them, they would not be able to march ahead. And it is beautifully said that it is only we, who can either propel ourselves to achieve the great heights, or who can be in the limits and, just not achieve. So entrepreneurship, I feel it is something, it tantamount, it equates to leadership, whereas in the corporate, it is the leadership position which has been given. You have an option to really do justice to it. I say it option because there are many people, they're the leadership. They start thinking it more to the positional benefits. So there are very, very few people in corporate at that level who would really bring in their element and will be able to energize the environment around. But in entrepreneurship, there is no choice, no option. If you have to move ahead, you need to get your element.
Absolutely, and perfectly put, Pooja, because that is so important.